All right, seventh grade. So here we are at chapter 14. We're back at it with the Giver, and Jonas experiences his first truly painful memory. But before we get into chapter 14, this is just a little heads up. Your quizzes have, if you've taken them, have been put into Rediker. I have two people who still haven't taken them, so we're not going to discuss those in the stream today, unless those people take them between the time of this recording and the time of the stream tomorrow. But if you want to go check those out, go check on Rediker, and then we'll go see if we can answer any questions you have about them on Monday. So Jonas again finds himself on the sled at the start of this truly painful memory. However, he rapidly loses control and crashes, and he hears the snap of his leg. It's really quite graphic in the description of all the injury he has, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I'm not a fan of the violence and descriptions of violence and injury. It just, it's not for me. He exits the memory after vomiting blood and asks for painkillers, but he's reminded that he's not allowed to have them in relation to his training. He goes home and he's feeling down. His parents sense something's up, and his parents ask, do you want painkillers? He's like, no. And then he casually tells a lie of commission. Remember, we talked about the difference between a lie of omission and a lie of commission. And that he says it was just a challenging day at school. During the sharing of feelings is when he tells that. Now he asks the Giver why he needs to hold this pain. Why do we need this? What is the benefit of this? And the Giver explains that it gives them wisdom. And this is true for us as it's true in the Giver. If you make a mistake, if you've gained any wisdom from it, you're probably not going to make the same mistake twice. If you make the same mistake twice, that's where we start having a problem. But we also learn from the pain of others. This is why every generation should be smarter and wiser and better and kinder than the one before it. And for the most part, we are. And that's my honest opinion, is I think society is getting better, and I truly hope that you guys will surpass, you Gen Z will surpass us millennials, and I'm all for it. Now, the Giver explains how through his memories of destruction and violence, he stopped the community from acting in a rash manner, rash meaning without thinking, when the plane flew overhead. You remember way back in chapter 1 when they talked about it? He explains that he had memories of destruction and warfare and all these terrible things, and they told him, hey, just wait. And it turned out to be okay. But it's because he had the wisdom and he knew, okay, war is really bad. Let's avoid shooting someone down before we go into that. Let's wait and see what's going on. Jonas wonders why they can't change the rules and have everyone share in this wisdom and pain. The Giver tells him the rules have been that way for a long time. He's been trying to think of a way to change the rules for years, and he has got nothing, even though he's supposed to have all this wisdom. Jonas returns home, a little better than the day before, and his father laments that he's been assigned another childbirth, but this time it's twins. So he'll need to select one for release. I mean, that would be confusing if you had two of the same person running around, so it makes sense that he'd send one elsewhere. Jonas is more concerned for Gabe, who's not been sleeping and been driving his parents nuts. So he offers to watch Gabe, and when Gabe is up in the middle of the night, he accidentally transmits a memory to him. He sends a memory of a sailboat to him. Jonas decides to keep this little factoid to himself. He decides not to tell the Giver. He decides not to confess to his parents. He's not supposed to be doing that. So he's like, okay, I'm just going to keep that one under my hat, and I'm going to pretend it didn't happen. And that sums us up through chapter 14. We're going to talk about chapter 15 in the next one, and I will hope all of you enjoy your weekend. If I don't see you in the stream, take care.